What's up? What's up? What's cracking, everybody? How y'all doing tonight? Monday night. Um, yeah. Um, Welcome to Thailand TV, man. It's gonna be a little bit different, man. The vibe may be a little bit weird off today. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing something in the um one of the reasons why I love Facebook still. You know what I'm saying? I know the young people be on them other sites and all that, but Facebook still for us grown folks, and just seeing some stuff on Facebook, some news. Um, about somebody that I know, um, was very, very close with in high school. Um, um, so just want to give like you know what I'm saying, a quick moment of silence. My man, boy, Snotty, man. You know what I'm saying? One of the illest jumpers, leapers. My bad. One of the illest leap. Dude was 5'10". You know, in the books, we whatever we want to be. You know what I mean? We put whatever we want to be back, especially in high school. I was 6'3", 6'2", something like that. But boy, about 5'10", bro. You know what I'm saying? But he punched that. he punched. He put boy. I'm talking about boy. His leaps and his hops were just, um, you know. It seems like every day I'm doing a show, um, I'm I'm um, I'm dedicating a moment of silence. Man, that's crazy, man. Like that's just. I asked my mom this one time when she was um after her injury, having a conversation with her. I asked her, I was like, Mom, did did people pass away like this often? You know what I'm saying? When you was around? Like, you know, and these are young kings, man. Like that's just crazy. Like these people, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, be a little sidetracked, but I'm just trying to stay on topic tonight. Just taken back by some news like that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody it just it makes your mind wonder, makes your mind think, you know what I mean? So but blessings, man. Blessings to everybody. Welcome to Thailand TV. Let's just use that, man. Let's celebrate life, man. Let's get back on track, man. Let's get together, man. Let's spread this love, man. That's why, like, I be preaching this stuff. I be preaching, man. That's why I don't understand how people can spread hate, bro. Like, you wake up and people ain't there until one day you don't wake up. That's really how life is. Every day you wake up, somebody ain't there. And that keeps happening until one day you don't wake up. That's crazy, man. And it's happening so much, you know. And we still spreading that hate, bro. Knowing that we still spreading that hate. You never know when you're gonna see somebody when it's gonna be their last. You never know, for real. Facts on facts. You never know, for real. Fact. That's straight up facts on facts right there. For real, for real. You never know if it's the last time you're gonna part ways with somebody. And people still spreading that hate, bro. People still spreading that hate, man. You know what I mean? Like me, I'm like, I was talking to somebody about this today, man. I use this as an avenue to spread information and love. That's what I use this for. I come at you raw, real deal. This is me. This is it. You in my home right now. All I'm doing is having conversation. Like the way I speak to you right now on this, the way I speak to you when I see you in person. Same person. Ain't no artificial. Ain't no bullshit. It's full transparency. This is who I am. Give you that knowledge. Give you that jewel. Give you as much advice as I can to help us be better people. Because you never know, man, when that's the last time you're going to part ways with somebody, man. That's crazy, man. That's great. That's crazy, man. Blessings to all my people, man. Blessings to the Snotty family, man, because they deep too. They deep too. Snotty family deep, yo. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? All love, man. All love. And to everybody else, anybody that be listening to me, man, talk crazy, man. Spread that love, man. Spread that love as much as possible as we can. You know what I mean? Like that's innate in us to do that. It's innate in us to pass on information that we have to the next person to help them get through or get on to whatever they want to get to. That's it's innate in us. You know what I'm saying? One day you just don't wake up. It's crazy. Um, College coach Herm Edwards. Sorry. Sorry, it might be a little, like I said, it might be, I'm gonna get back with it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. My guy Varmer posted a video from Herm Edwards talking about something. I thought that was dope. It was talking about don't not cheating the game. You know what I'm saying? And just brought up all these thoughts about how I be seeing kids doing lines, running laps, they cutting corners, they coming up short of touching the line. You know what I mean? Like all that, right? Cheating the grind, man. That's cheating the grind. Like the kids may not understand that part of it, but that's cheating the grind. Like, and you can't cheat the grind. And part of what he was talking about was that, you know what I'm saying? I think was dope was the people that do cheat the grind, they thinking you can't cheat it because it'll show. Like eventually it'll show. You know what I'm saying? Like that you can't cheat that grind, bro. It'll show. And then when you get up to the college level, that's what I think he was mainly trying to specifically talk about was that once you get there, them cheaters stand out. You know what I mean? Hey man, my bad, man. I'm trying to be on this thing, but I'm seeing all my grades flash out tonight. But don't worry about it. It's Thailand TV, man. It's my crib, man. You in my house, man. Welcome. But you can't cheat the grind, young people. It's very difficult to get up to that next level. You know, if you cutting corners, man. And literally, I'm talking about like literally, like that's what the phrase is for. Don't cut corners, right? We learned that, you know what I'm saying, old school metaphors, man. Don't cut corners. And you know what I'm saying, these young people nowadays literally be cutting corners. I'm talking about running laps, literally cutting the corners. We gotta put cones and balls on the corners of the court so they can know to go around the shits. And they still be kicking the ball. They still be kicking the ball. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. You can't make this stuff up. But you can't cheat the grind, man. So definitely Varma, man. Varma be on some shit, man, with the things that he posted, man. But that was definitely one I wanted to capitalize on and talk about too. Let's see here. So real quick before I talk about the All-Star weekend. I would two. Actually, I want to talk about two particular things. I want to talk about one, AAU basketball season coming up. You know, I told you threw it out there. You know what I'm saying? So making sure y'all stay ahead of the game on that. It's coming up, about to start getting heavy. I seen tryouts. I seen a lot of my guy was talking about this. I seen a lot of committed posts. Like when I first seen one, I thought dude was like, you know, kid committed to college. So I'm like, oh man, who this? I bet. Let me see what he's doing. I saw EYBL. I'm like, huh? I'm like, wait a minute, ain't that committed? I'm like, oh. And I seen the schedule. I'm like, June, July. I'm like, it's AAU, man. Committed to the AAU, bro. They put a poster out, flyer out, everything. Yeah, y'all got slow down with that. All right, can we do something that can we make the what they committed to bigger so that this off the back? I'm ready to go and be like, congratulations, junkie. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, man, hold on. And now I will still do it, but I think I gotta save it for the ones that's doing it like, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm asking you guys. Come on now. I get what you're looking for, but hold up. Hold on here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, man, can we separate the two? That way we can know what we're doing here. You know what I mean? You know, second thing I want to talk about was the young kids in the tournament that The Apple Valley tournament. Well, not even the Apple Valley tournament, all tournaments. I'm jealous, man. I'm really jealous of the somebody just came to the house, to the neighborhood. But I'm really jealous of the young people nowadays. Really, really, really. I'm totally not into participation trophies. I'm not. Believe me, I am not into participation trophies. But what I am into is these damn rings. These kids is all coming home with rings. All season long, they've been getting rings. Every time I look up, every time I look up, we won the first place. We the champions. Everybody, I'm like, hey, and I know I'm not big on participation trophies. I am not, but I'm liking them ring. Man, I wish they would get lost, man. Get lost, man. Get lost. Jesus himself. Boy, I wish we would have had rings. My kids would be walking around with rings. They would be like, yo, they were like Jordan. They were like Jordan, you know what I'm saying? Like Will, like Phil Jackson, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, they would have been like, come on, man. That's cold blooded, and I do like that. So I just want to give a shout out to who's that? Is that y'all MYS? I think that might be y'all. I don't know if it is, but I just want to give a shout out to all the tournament directors. I think this is I think this is dope. I think this is dope. Because I'm gonna tell you the main reason why I feel like this is dope. Because one of the things I felt was the dumbest shit ever was giving out some dang t-shirts. And I was one of the people that made comments about that. I was like, man, I don't know why the hell we playing for some damn t-shirts. And that's because we kept winning. Who the hell? I mean, I am a t-shirt person. I got older and became a t-shirt person. I didn't understand the quality of trying to, when you go somewhere, recognition wise, getting as many t-shirts as you could. But a championship winning just a t-shirt? And not only that, winning your own tournament in your own city, and you get a t-shirt? Nah, I was one of the people that said that. So now these dudes got rings. They all popular, and I love it. I'm not a fan of participation trophies, but I am a fan of these rings. So I shout out to all the young people. It's been a lot of Apple Valley teams winning, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I had the pleasure of you know what I'm saying, being on the recruiting and picking of this one. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead and take credit where it's due. You know what I'm saying? I pop my shit. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of teams out here. For Apple Valley, the young people getting trophies, or getting rings. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, keep getting your rings, young people. So shout out to whoever district coordinated, the people that have put together that and made the decision on that. It was a very big decision, and I like it. I love it. Shout out to all the young people that have been wearing them rings, man. The All-Star game. Something peculiar to me about the All-Star game is I'm talking about AAU season and all that. Did anybody take a look at how the All-Star game was set up? Look at how it was set up. Look at how the All-Star game was set up. You had game number 1, 6 o'clock. Game number 2 at 6:55. Game number 3, 7:25. And then after that, the 2 teams with the best record play for the championship. What is that setup like? Parents of young kids, what is that setup like? Isn't that set up like a basketball AAU tournament schedule almost? Ironic, ain't it? And I liked it. I kind of liked it though. I kind of liked the way it was made. I like the way mainly the teams were playing. And I think that's what it did. I think when you have 4 quarters of an all-star game, you got people that are just like, joking around a lot, whatever. And then eventually, hopefully you get them to play seriously and try to go for a win at the end. But in this one, it's like, yo, you got 12 minutes to make it happen. And this goes into, because that's how AU is. You got to crack this game off because that goes in the win column. That determines where you seeded at. You know what I'm saying? You want that high seed. You want that 1, right? You know what I'm saying? So they got that feeling up there. You know what I mean? I think it's dope. I think it looked a little bit better because you had competitive games. and the young USA players did their thing. I think that they set a precedent that um, we are the face of the league. We come in and get it, and you know, I had my feeling about it because I was already, me, how I feel about um the world team, you know what I'm saying, and what has been going on. But we'll get in a little bit about what I'm about to say a little bit, but not tonight. The athleticism, man. I mean, like that just, what I'm saying, the old heads, like I said, athleticism, the old heads, they can't compete. They old heads, you know what I'm saying? They can run it. They can run it up for two, but that third one, ran out of gas. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Ran against that boy. They ran up against that boy, Ant-Man. That's the dude. I said it, man. That's the dude. I said he the future of the league, bro. You know what I'm saying? On strength. So, I think it was a good all-star game. Let's go over the other events. I was talking to my boy yesterday, my boy G. We was talking about the 3-point shooting contest, ironically, because me and my boy, you know what I'm saying, we splash your heads in, splash brothers, right? So I'm sitting there, we talking about it, and we were just realizing, man, like they got like 15 money balls. They got 15 money balls, and they only making like 20, 24, 25, 27 points, dog. I'm like, 15 money balls, bro? Like, they got a whole rack of money balls. They got a money ball on each one of their individual racks, and then they got like two triple money balls, two triple money balls too. So that's what, 15, 5, 10. It's like 12, 13 man, money balls. I'm like, whoa. And then I'm like, yo, I'm just gonna hit those. I'm not even gonna show the others. I'm just gonna throw up there. But the money balls, I'll be like, I'm gonna shoot those for real. You know what I'm saying? Like just the money balls. Man, they making like 14. Somebody got 14. That's 7 money balls. I was like, man, these times have changed, bro. You know what I mean? As far as but Dame Time did his thing, collecting the um second or third. I think he's second. His second year in a row. You know what I'm saying? Retaining the title. You know what I'm saying? He's a shooter. You know what I mean? He's a clutch shooter. I think one of the things that makes him tight for that competition is that he's got a clutch gene. So under the pressure of the lights, you know what I'm saying, and given that moment to shine, he's gonna do that. Some people just have that ability. He is one of those. So shout outs to him. But still, I mean, what do you? I think he had 27. He had 27 or 29. He either had 27 or 29. And nobody was able to get 30. I would have got 30 on strength. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it is what it is. That's the weird thing about the All-Star Weekend is the props and the propaganda stuff, and I think that's too much. I think too much about it is the money balls, man. I mean, I get it because it's saying that these people that think they real shooters ain't real shooters. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because if you can't come in there with no defense, and drop 30 points, come on, fellas, what we doing, man? What we doing, shooters? We got to revamp who we inviting into the league. We got to revamp who we inviting into the contest. I mean, you know me. TV, I pull something. We got to revamp who we inviting. I mean, they got the list of who they want to invite, so you know what I mean. And then that carries over into the dunk contest as well. I mean, I can't have guys multiple missing dunks. We can't do that. I mean, we've had competitions where, matter of fact, one came up on my thing, my phone, one of my things streaming, whatever, social media video, heard me talking, Big Brother listening type shit, and it had a motherfucker. No, I had a motherfucker. Excuse my language. I forgot it's my late time show, but it must have been listening to me because it had it showed an old school dunk contest of it was a Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, Steve Francis, Jerry Stackhouse, And who else was there? Dude from Orlando. Was it Orlando? No, no, no. But yeah. So and I mean the dunks that they missed, they were out. Once they missed that dunk, it was out. They got 3 total dunks, so they still were able to do 2 more. But when they missed a dunk, that attempt dunk was done. Now we got guys that can go up and dunk a couple of times, a couple more times. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, yeah, I think that uh, um, um, Gordon and Levine, the things that they did, wow, the things that they did, I think is the last time we've had a dunk contest be like hype like that. You know what I'm saying? So where do we find that? Where do we find that creativity that those guys were able to bring and bring some things like that back? Because I mean, I see a lot of high flyers. I mean, who's on the list for picking who comes in? Because I see a lot of high flyers in the league, bro. Like I see a lot of dudes that be catching that ball like back here. You know what I'm saying? And be up in the air. So we got guys. I mean, and these young guys that were dunking, man, the little young dude for the Spurs, he had some hops. He looked like he was about 12. He was like about 12 years old, but he had some hops though. You know what I'm saying? One time he had an extension on that mug, and then the dude kept dancing. Little dancing dude, you know what I'm saying? He was all right, you know what I mean? But it wasn't like it didn't blow me away. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I saw the and you think to have Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter on the same team. They were on the same team in the dunk contest. They were the last 2 contestants on The Price is Right, dunking on them. And that's why people probably forget, because everybody just Vince Carter's dunks were like, you never saw somebody jump up and just throw their arm in the rim, bro. And it's such a simple like dunk, but it's like the creativity of it. Not only that, it's not a simple dunk, but people started trying to do it afterwards, and it's like just the creativity to do something so I mean, it was no like super twist or anything, but to be able to just have that athleticism to get up there and then just be up there so high you can put your arm in the rim, you know. And then the fear force of some of the stuff he did, Vince was doing. I mean, Tracy too, don't get him wrong, because Tracy was like that too, boy. That boy, that's a bad man too. That's a bad man, especially when it came to dunking too. So but that Gordon and Levine dunk off was amazing. It's difficult for me to see that to what we have now. I mean, I've seen a lot of guys be able to in-game dunk, but in-game dunk and dunk contests are 2 different things. They're 2 different things. So anyway, we got to do something about that. I think that the dunk contest was kind of lame. Everybody gets shots on Thailand TV. I think the dunk contest was kind of lame. I think the 3-point contest was cool. A lot of tricks and ponies and phony stuff. You know what I'm saying? Smoke and mirrors going on with it, but I think it's cool too. Dame won. I mean, he won fair and square. You know what I'm saying? Because he could shoot that thing. And then I think the All-Star game, I think that worked. I think that really worked. I didn't see the celebrity game. I wanted to. Yeah, the All-Star game format, I think it worked for me. I don't know about you guys. You know what I'm saying? Put a post, talk about it if you want to, but I think it kind of worked. Made it more competitive each game, so it's almost like you're getting all 4 quarters of each game. Made it competitive, right? So so the last game when they kicked the old head's ass. Went for a little walk today. 50 degrees in Apple Valley in Minnesota. Loved it. If you can, do that. Get out for a walk, man. Get out and get that air and that sun, especially you melanated people. Let that sun just hit your vibe real quick, hit your skin real quick, but get out and get some fresh air. Just take in life for a minute. Just go for a walk. I was just thinking that too because I had to drop the truck off to the shop for my son. I decided I was gonna walk home and just walking through the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? My Apple Valley neighborhood. It's the type of dude I am, man. Walk through my city. Feeling the vibe. You know what I'm saying? But get out there and do that, man. Get out there and go for a walk sometimes, man. Take your person, take your lady, or take your man. Let's go for a walk, man. Enjoy some life, man. Because you never know, man. You never know, man. You know what I'm saying? One day you just don't wake up, man. And this shit is real. This shit is real, man. So you gotta spread that love, man. Let's get into it, man. Tonight, we're gonna talk about a little basketball, right? A little football, right? We're gonna talk about what it's like to be city ball versus the Burbs. What it's like to have the vibe of city basketball and the vibe of the Burbs playing basketball, right? So it's a different thing, bro. It's a different lifestyle. I'm not sure people know this. That's one of the reasons why I make and produce my shows is to that cross language and things like that. So I don't know because I don't know if people understand that there is a difference. I don't know if people think that it's just people playing sports, just people play sports, right? People. I told y'all, sports people talk a different language, right? So people that don't play sports don't know. It's a huge difference. I think one of the reasons why it's a huge difference is because I take it back to the parks. I want to take it back. I want to take it back to you. Take it back on you to the parks. I remember, I remember back in the day, man. You show up. I think I talked about this before. You show up at the park, man. Somebody's there shooting baskets. You go there, you park, you walk up, catch a rebound for them. Till they miss. You get the rebound, give it to them, do a layup. They kick it back out to you. Now you shoot, right? And that goes on till about 3, 4, 5 people get there. And then once about 5 people get there, everybody's like, oh, man, let's play 21. And you play 21 till about, 8, 9, 10, 11 people get there. And then you're like, all right, bet, let's break up into teams. Let's play. That was when I was coming up. You know what I'm saying? It's not too much park activity nowadays, but that's how it was when I was growing up. And I think that that's one of the reasons why city ball was a little bit different than the suburbs ball. Because I don't remember ever seeing just rolling up to the parks in the suburbs and just seeing a gang of kids just out there, playing pickup ball. So I think it happened more so in the cities. And I think that happens a lot now still. In the city of Minneapolis, we kind of dried out a little bit, but that's how I originated from. So that's why I understand this whole mindset. I've talked about the north side, I've talked about the south side, in particular, certain places, over North Commons in particular, and then over South King Park in particular, just a couple of places that people, all went to go play ball, hoop, football, whatever, and were recognized. You know what I'm saying? And created a name for themselves. And it was about the competition. That's what made city ball a little bit different because at the parks, there was a lot of competition. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you weren't able to step up to that competition, you didn't make a name for yourself. You didn't. You know what I'm saying? And that was kind of the mindset of it. I think it still goes on nowadays too, especially when it comes to like hooping at the LA Fitnesses, Lifetimes, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I think it's very, very competitive when guys are playing that pickup ball. You know what I mean? It's it's a style of basketball to where we've talked about this before. where you earn your name. Um, you make a lot of connections. You build friends. You learn skills. Um, and 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 I think the change in that for city ball, like I said, is what I just named. It's not so much as doing it at the parks anymore. Now it's more so going to the gyms, to the LA Fitnesses and the Lifetimes and these places, and playing ball. Um, but I think the environment is still pretty much the same. I think that guys are going there, kind of that KG mentality where they're they beating up on each other, man, talking trash to each other, man, and stuff like that. But then once they're done, they go and go have drinks, at the local pub or something like that later on. So, and that's what made City Ball a little bit different than the Burbs. I didn't see that as much. But when I did have that, I think it was good. And most of the time that I did have that, it was a lot of kind of city guys that I was with, that I was hooping with, but mixed in with some of the Burb guys. But um, and I think that style of basketball, city mindset, is what made young people grow up understanding that they had to earn it. You know, I think that's what taught kids that you have to earn it. The parks outside. Um, it's a lot easier to know that you learn that you have to earn it amongst your peers than it is to have a coach or a parent telling you what to do. It's a lot easier. That's why for city basketball kids, that's why they were able to grow playing with a passion and with a swag to them. Like if you ever understood, like I mean, you see, you know what I'm saying, young guys from the city, when they go to the basket, make a good move, they get a good dunk, they get a nice three, they pop it off. Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Whoopty woo, yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's you know what I mean? That's that city mentality. It's a swag. And at certain levels, I don't see nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? Once we get to too high extremes, pointing people's faces and all that kind of stuff. But I think that expressionariness is necessary because it's a passion. You know what I'm saying? You can't turn off passion. I mean, that's the worst thing you can try to do in sports, is try to turn off people's passion. That's what makes the whole sport. And, city kids learn that. You know what I'm saying? To play with a swag, a character, you know what I'm saying? And the one thing that I always, once I got older, you know what I'm saying, what I realized is that the reason why the Burbs, playing out in the Burbs, was a little bit different is because they were teaching their kids the fundamentals. They were teaching their kids the fundamentals. Period. They were teaching them kids the fundamentals. Because I was always like, what can make kids keep in the Burbs keep up with athletic kids from the city? Because that's what the city produced, was a lot of athletes. A lot of athletes. What could make a team from the Burbs who don't come out highly athletic do to compete? And that's what it was. They learned the fundamentals. And then not only that, once kids in the Burbs were able to start understanding how to train their bodies to be more athletic, now you're getting guys like, what's the name? McClung, the one they tried to not do the dunk contest because he was going to win it 4 years in a row. That's what I'm talking about. People that should have been in it. But anyway, once you get guys like that, you know what I'm saying? From Minnesota, white boy, dunking this way, looking at the rim this way, and dunking with his arm this way, like twisting it this way and dunking it backwards on his head. But look, anyway, I don't know how he did it, but he did it. Right? White boy, jumping over people, 6'5", jumping over people. Now you got the athleticism, and they're growing up fundamentally. That's why Burbs are starting to compete. That's why. That's why our city kids have been just learning how to use their athleticism to bull over people. And I learned that. I learned that athleticism Um, sometimes it's come with a cost, and our city kids have been paying the cost for it because they haven't been being taught the fundamentals of the game. Which, once you take an athlete and teach them the fundamentals of the game, it's crazy. It's endless. You know. I was talking to one of my guys, man, the other day, and he was talking about how Chicago, because he's from Chicago, and talking about how Chicago is that dope. And I agree with him, man. Chicago is a dope city. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, everybody got to go to Chicago if they want to learn how to play real ball. And I'm like, yeah, Chicago get loose. And he was like, yeah, but y'all ain't got no hoopers that came out of Minnesota. I said, hold on now, hold on, player, hold on, player. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, wait a minute. I'm like, we got you talking about? I'm like, we got Trent, Coffee, the Jones brothers. I'm like, what you talking about? I'm like, yo, we got people in Sims. We got people in the league, bro. You know what I'm saying? Right now, Chet. Like, we got people in the league right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Suggs. Like, we got people in the league right now. Right now. Not to mention the people that we've always had in leagues, in all leagues, football, basketball. Minnesota. I've been talking about Minnesota for a long time. It's just that we've never gotten like the opportunities to get these kids off somewhere. We've never been able to give them the opportunities, man. And I think it has to do with some of the coaching. You know me. It's Thailand TV. I point fingers at everybody that's involved. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna make this better. We got to, right? And I think that coaching city kids, I think it's easy. I think coaching city kids is easy because what I just spoke to you about, they already learned passion. They already learned to compete. They already learned to. I mean, shit, man, shit. Back in the day when I was coming up, you was fighting for your last meal, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't making downstairs in time to get some dumplings, you ain't eating tonight. You know what I'm saying? That's the era I come from. You know what I mean? So, and that's city kids that live like that. A lot of coaches are handed talent. And that's why the way they coach is a lot different. The way that the coaches can coach, they can coach hard. They can coach. They can set standards and not budge at all. They afford the luxury of being able to just come in with a mindset and say, "I'm not changing my mindset. You have to follow what I'm following or get on," because the area is so filtrated with talent that if you lost one, boom, you pick another one up that's just been outside playing video games all day long. You're like, oh man, what you 6'2", you just you know what I'm saying? You can just pick it up and just roll, right? So that's how they differ, especially with the city coaching. Saying the city kids, you gotta really stand your ground. Um, I think it's a lot of I think it's a lot of entitlement going on. Highly entitlement going on with a lot of city kids. I think it's across the board, especially with coaching. I learned that now. Across the board, there's a lot of entitlement, but I think there's a lot of entitlement going on with the city kids right now. I think city kids are just like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can shoot threes and I can dunk on people. So you gotta do whatever I say. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the really only part that makes it tough for coaches, because it's like, how do you pull the reins on that? You know what I'm saying? And once we figure out that part, I think the city will be a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Because then we'll stop letting the young people run it. You know what I'm saying? And in order for us to get the city back, we gotta stop letting the young people run it. Period. Set standards and don't budge. Um, Entitlement, like I said, is happening with suburban kids. They have a sense of entitlement. Yes. I think one of the different things about coaching the Burbs is, and this is what a lot of guys need to understand that go out to coach the Burbs, that come from the city, that grew up in the city. You can't forget team mentality, because that's all these kids know. Because these kids you're getting have been playing together. Mostly all of them in the Burbs have been playing together. They grew up into the system together. So you're going to be getting a group of kids to play together. You can't make them compete against each other. You can get them to sharpen each other. So like you can get the irons to sharpen irons. And yes, that means they have to go at each other. Yes, but don't teach them to play against each other because all they know is team mentality, which is the best thing to learn in today's game, is to learn the team mentality first. You got to have that team mentality, and with the fundamentals, that's part of fundamental basketball, is learning how to play as a team. Because I mean, you're looking for that giving up the good shot for the great shot, and that can only be learned in a team environment. You know what I'm saying? So, it's easier to teach them the team concept and have a team culture. It just is because they've grown up with it, and that's not a knock on my city kids because I was one of them, but. And I was a guy who understood playing as a team. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and my guys, you know what I'm saying? Like we used to ride out, man. We used to go places together, so we used to go deep, man. We jump in, whoever call one of our lady friends, have them come pick us up, man. All 5 of us jump in one car, the 5 jump in the other car, we out. You know what I'm saying? And it just worked like that. And our coach, we believed in our coach. He was an asshole. You know what I'm saying? But we loved him. You know what I'm saying? But he loved us too. And that's why he treated us like that. You know what I'm saying? To make us understand that's how the world is. And that's the thing about it. I think that's the thing about him being a good coach, is that he understood the culture of transparency. I think coaching both city ball and out in the suburbs, transparency is important. I think transparency is important. I think as much as you can tell people about what's going on, what your plan is, what you're doing, about how you feel about their kid, about what you think their kid is good at, not good at, about what you expect from their kid. I think the more you can do that with the people that you're dealing with, the better a coach you make. It will get you so far in the long run, because if you blow smoke up somebody's ass, same thing as lying. You in order to lie, you got to tell another lie. So to blow smoke up somebody's ass, the next time they come at you, because the smoke screen is gonna air out soon, and they're gonna see clearly. So you gotta blow another smoke screen, blow another smoke screen. I mean, no, you gotta just come out and be like, hey, look, this is where we at right now. This is what I'm trying to do. These are my plans, and I think being both. To city, coaching in the city and coaching out in the suburbs, I think they both take transparency a lot better than anything that they're dealing with right now. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of stuff that I'm seeing going on right now is weird. It's weird. You know what I'm saying? But it's a process, and I get it. It's a process. But I think once you give people a try, 1-2 years is cool time, but 3-4 years, you know what I'm saying? We getting into some other shit. We getting that buddy system. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But whatever. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do, man. I think one of the biggest separators in city ball and playing in the suburbs is the parent involvement. The parent involvement. Good Lord. Parent involvement in both the cities and the suburbs. I like it. I'm one of them. So I know. Since we're at the high school level, so I know. Hey, man, look. It'd be like the city parents is popping off. Sometimes we be getting out of hand. I got to play the angel's advocate. Sometimes y'all be with this buffoonery, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes y'all be with this garbage, not making it about the kids, fighting, you know what I'm saying? Trying to beat up refs for bad calls, choking coaches. So I think sometimes parents would be out of hand, especially in the cities, especially y'all city folk. You know what I'm talking about. But the suburb people do it too, though. They do it more subliminally, and they do it more like digitally. You know what I'm saying? They write in the email. You get the 4-page email about everything. Everything you did, they do it. You know what I'm saying? So they more, you know what I mean? They go over your head. Out in the suburbs, they go over your head. They go to the AD. You know what I'm saying? They go to the superintendent, boy. I'm trying to tell you, we going down, boy. You know what I'm saying? You do mess with the kids, you going down. But that's the thing about it, though. That's one thing I love about the Burbs is that, man, I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, boy, they will unite. They will unite. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. I'm telling you right now, man. Um, city parents, they be sideline coaches. City parents be sideline coaches. Suburb parents hold their tongue a lot, but them city parents, boy, they calling out every play. They telling, hey, they tell coach call a timeout, say run this. The parent be like, nah, run this. No, you should run that four play. Run that. Hey, Twan, run that four play. You know what I'm saying? And this is what killed me. This is what killed me, bro. This is the illest thing that killed me, man. And people and parents, coaches, kids, y'all got to recognize this moment. When that kid turns to that parent and the parent tells them, take the shot, and the kid nods back, that's one of the worst moments as a coach. Parents, I got to realize that. That's one of the worst moments as a coach. It just is. It just is. I'm talking from a coach's point of view on that one. It just is. It's just the worst moment because you know that when it come down to it, your kid is going to listen to their parent in the heat of the moment. It just is. It's a bad moment. It's a bad moment for a coach because he understands, like, yeah, I see what we got here. So, and that's one of the habits that needs to be broken. Bad habits need to be broken within city ball players and kids out in the suburbs. Man, you got to break the bad habits, man. What do you do when you come up against people who don't care about their kids and parents that do? I think the suburban kids, parents care about their kids a lot. I think the city kids, there's a lot of situations where parents don't care. And then honestly, now let me take that back. I think it's mixed in both. I think it's mixed in both. I think there's a lot of parents that don't care in the cities, and I think there's a lot of parents that don't care in the suburbs. I think it's very similar. I think the numbers have got to be probably similar because I think there's people that just really just drop the kids off, kind of know the sport or whatever. They're just dropping their kid off, picking them back up. You know what I mean? They're not really even indulging in them and figuring out what the heck's going on. I think this. I think it happens on both ends of the river. You know what I'm saying? But them parents that do care, man, them the ones, man. They will. I'm telling you, you don't mess with don't mess with a parent that pays. I tell people. I had a friend of mine, Deanna, her son, Savion. I don't know if you know Savion. He went to St. Thomas Academy. Motherfuckers calves like this. Motherfuckers calves like this. It's the nigga's calves thing. And it was running all over Apple Valley, man. And you know what I'm saying? Hey, I get flowers when they do. You know I'm biased about my Apple Valley boys, but man, that boy was running over people, boy. Woo! We ran over our whole team, bro. But I remember when she was telling me that he was getting recruited by college or whatever, and I was like, man, look, ask for whatever you want. Ask for everything. That's your baby. You know what I'm saying? And these parents, they care about their kids, man. You gotta, within the city and with playing in the suburbs, man. You gotta make sure that you gotta understand that you're gonna be dealing with parents that really, really love their kids, like that passionate about their kids and making sure people don't fuck over their kids. So when it comes to coaching, that's a big deal. That's a big deal when you're dealing with city ball and the suburb kids, is that sometimes you just have people that don't care, man. You got to go pick the kids up. You know what I mean? And it's a realistic thing, you know what I'm saying? On both sides of the river. So, just in coaching, be prepared for that. Parents get better at that, and kids just try to make sure you stay passionate and stay driven. If you have a situation where you come with parents that don't get too involved in what you're doing extracurricular. Um, I think that the city has a lot of kids that hang together. I think the kids in the city squad up, man. They deep. They love hanging with each other. I think the Burbs, they almost cult like almost. They almost click up. You know what I'm saying? More clicks. Of course, yeah, you know how it is in the city. We got our cliques. You got your jocks, you got your hoopers, you got your bangers, you got your thugs, you got your suaves, and then you got your whole new different categories, whatever the category they call each other now. Yeah, they got that. but the city kids, you know what I'm saying, used to click up more. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a dope thing. Um, and that's why it was a lot easier for me to be able to do that, do what we did out here in Apple Valley, because we had that same mentality of young boys whose dads are from the city. So our kids kind of had that city style mindset, but they grew up in the burbs, you know what I'm saying? So they grew up with fortunate enough to have some guys that can teach them the fundamentals of the game, and then still grow up and grow into their athleticism that they were just naturally birthed with, God-given talent. And to, take it to the next level is just dope with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's the biggest thing, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to both city ball and the burbs, developing the players, man. Developing the players, man. I think that figuring out what players do good is what brings you to them, and then figuring out how to improve the things that they do bad helps bring them opportunities in the world. I think the reason why college recruiting is so down is because people don't want to teach the fundamentals. People don't want to teach kids how to play as a team. It takes too long. They don't got time. You know what I'm saying? First practice, they're getting ready for the first game, and they're getting ready to hold their title, whatever they came from, wherever they doing, they cutting coaches, bro. You know what I'm saying? They on the chopping block. You know what I'm saying? So they got to get it now. And if the kids ain't got it now, they're not getting opportunities. And for whether it's the kids in the city, or whether the kids that live out in the suburbs, or whether the kids that even live far away in those places that Asiago, Chicago, Chicago, or whatever the name, Westacana, man, I don't even know the names of these places up north, man. Little Canada, you know what I'm saying? That ain't too far, but you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, man. Forest Lake is almost up there, but you know what I'm talking about, Duluth. Man, all those places up there, man. We got a lot of places up there. There's a lot of kids playing the sport, playing sports, playing extracurricular activities, and in particular, the kids in the city and the kids in those surrounding suburbs. It's a different style of play, but it's the same goal. Is to try to get as many opportunities and better opportunities for young people. Just you got to figure out what you're dealing with. Are you dealing with a bunch of kids that you're handed, like in the cities more so, or are you dealing with a whole bunch of kids you got to develop because they come from the community? But yeah, man, thank y'all for joining me, man, tonight, man. Ain't gonna keep you much longer, man. I'm gonna get up off of here, man. Blessings to everybody, man. Like I said, the vibe may be a little bit off tonight. I apologize. I got to deal with it, man. It's just that's just the world we living in nowadays, man. Like I said, people just don't wake up, man. And blessings to all you guys, and much love to everyone. I hope everybody's good, man. I hope to see y'all again, man. If you're on my show, if you watch what I'm saying, if I'm talking crazy or something you want to say, or if you think it's something you want me to talk about or whatever, or a comment you want to talk about, because I will put it on blast. Go ahead and type it in, man, on one of my things, man. I love y'all, man. Blessings. And